YouTube.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I'm trying something new. I set that up today with all the keywords and all that other stuff. So
Hmm.
now we are live on YouTube.
Oh, I love that.
And there's comments and everything. So
Okay.
I don't know how to do that, but we'll figure it out as we go.
All right. Well, should we tell our Twitch people?
No.
Okay. They'll just have to find it. They'll figure it out themselves.
Right.
So big news today. I want to talk about the first big news story of the day.
Okay.
They caught the Lady Gaga dog stealing people.
Did they really?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So they were, this is really interesting how it all turned out. They caught 5 people. There were 3 that actually did the crime.
Hold on.
Oh, let me fix my audio.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with that. I don't know why it always sets to automatic. I do not like that. Okay.
No. But start again with the lady. They found the Lady Gaga.
Yep.
Gaga dog people.
So big news today in the world of celebrity and pop culture and entertainment. They caught the Lady Gaga dog people, the dog nappers.
Really? How'd they do that?
This is a great story, actually. So if you remember, there were 3 people. One of them had a gun. They ended up shooting the dog walker, Lady Gaga's dog walker, and they grabbed 2 out of her 3 dogs. She has French bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, once it came out that it was Lady Gaga and her dog, suddenly this woman comes forward. She's like, I know where the dogs are. Here they are. Where's my reward? And they thought, okay, well, that's that. The woman figured it out and that she gets the reward and Gaga got her dogs back. No, this is great because now we know the full story. So they caught I've got to say alleged dog nappers because no one's been convicted yet or any of that kind of stuff. Okay. There are 5 people involved. This all happened February 24th in LA. First of all, if you're going to do a crime in LA, there's so many celebrities there. The odds are you're gonna grab a celebrity something. You're gonna grab a celebrity handbag, a celebrity dog, a celebrity something.
Mm-hmm.
It's Los Angeles. So of the 5 people, I want you to take a guess what the age range was of the 5 people.
60s.
All in their 60s. That's what you're thinking?
Yep.
Okay. So the youngest, James Jackson, was 18.
No.
Yeah. Jalen White, 19. Lafayette Whaley, 27. Harold White was 40, and Jennifer McBride, 50. So
all 5 of these people stole this dog?
Yeah, so it's a weird age range. It's like, how do 18-year-olds and 50-year-olds decide, like, hey, let's do a crime together? How do you people know it's weird. The whole thing feels very weird. So it turns out 4 of them are in a gang, like a well-known gang. And the woman, Jennifer McBride, is the girlfriend of the father of one of the gang members. Okay. So the 3 main gang members were the ones that actually stole the dog. And one of the dudes had a gun, a semi-automatic. Mm-hmm. So those 3 are screwed because it was attempted murder, and robbery, which, and if it's a gun.
Dog napping.
Well, dog napping, I think, carries its own set of years that you get, but it's, felony murder. Like the fact that if it's attempted murder with a robbery, that's even worse. Mm-hmm. And, gun, all that stuff. So these kids, unfortunately, this makes me sad. They're screwed. So here's what's really interesting. They didn't target the victim. They didn't target this guy because they knew he was affiliated with Lady Gaga. They had no idea. They ran a ring that they would steal dogs and then resell them for cash. French bulldogs go for thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So they were thinking, okay, we got 2 out of 3 French bulldogs. That's like $4,000 right there.
Good day.
Then they found out it was Lady Gaga's dogs and that she was offering $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, that's why are we going for small change when there's $500,000 on the table? So they recruited this Jennifer McBride. They recruited the girlfriend of the father of the gang member, which is why he
in on it.
Right. So they recruited her because she's, cute and sweet and whatever and very believable, to come forward and be like, I know where the dogs are. Here are the dogs. I got the dogs. Where's my reward? Because they were like $500,000, way better than $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
But when she came forward, police are so good in LA. This is the LAPD. They know their stuff there. So there they are listening to this woman tell her story and how she came across the dogs and how she found them. And it all seemed very kind of hinky. So they called Lady Gaga because, of course, the LAPD has Gaga's number and said, don't pay out this money.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pay her because something's not right here. Let us investigate. And if it turns out she's legit, by all means, write her a check or Venmo her, however you're going to do it. How do you give somebody $500,000?
Yeah, you take them to the bank with a briefcase, I think. But Lady Gaga said no questions asked. That's
Right.
That's what the reward was.
Right.
No questions asked.
Right.
Bring the dogs. I give you the money.
Right. Because she really wanted the dogs back. So as far as she was concerned, once she got the dogs back, but no questions asked, meaning, she just wants the dogs. But the police have a different opinion because this woman is connected to the robbers in the first place. So they were like, we'll be asking the questions, Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, she meant no questions asked because she wasn't thinking that she was going to be giving $500,000 to the actual dog nappers. Like in the moment, she was probably like, even if you stole the dogs, I'll give you the money. I'd rather have the dogs than the money. So
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, in her mind, I'm sure she was like, I would rather give you the money because she knows that her dogs, that French bulldogs go for a lot of money on the street. So here's 500,000 instead of 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, I see why she did it, but the police have a different perspective.
Well, the dog nappers didn't do it right. What you do is you have Lady Gaga meet you in the desert outside of Las Vegas, and you have the two dogs in the back seat, and you roll the windows down just a little bit, and you say, stick the dogs' heads out. The dogs' heads, okay, now you got to give me the money, and then I'll let the dogs out. You don't give the dogs and then expect the money. No. You kind of show her the dogs, or put the dogs on the phone. Put the dogs... Yeah. See, the dogs are fine. In this hand will be a dog. In this hand, it's light. I need, $500,000 in this hand. This hand has the clicker that opens up the door. This hand right now is empty. So you have to put money in this hand.
I can't tell if you're watching too much Sopranos or somehow like you're really good at this. Like why, you shouldn't know. You shouldn't be this good at knowing how to
no, it's no questions asked.
Bribe money out of people.
No questions asked. This hand, the door locked, this hand empty. It's very, very empty light. I should be holding a case in this hand.
No, I mean, listen, she would have been happy to give them the money for the dogs. She didn't care that they're the ones who stole the dogs. She just wanted the dogs back. And to her, $500,000. I mean, it's a little bit of a hit, but
she's not going to be eating ramen noodles for the week.
No. She'll make it up by, doing an appearance or literally selling a t-shirt somewhere. She'll be fine. But yeah, no. So this is where we're at right now.
Yeah. I mean, you have like three guys with guns. They come out of the Escalade. The dogs are in the back. You walk up and you say, stop. Let me see your hands. Make sure no cops are following them. No helicopters. Then you let the dogs out, but not until you get paid. Right. That's how that works. How bad do you want the dogs back?
I'd be more concerned, like, what did you feed my dogs while you were holding them? My dog has a very sensitive stomach. Like, I hope you didn't give him any really bad food that made him sick.
As long as the dog is back, that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
So the Upper East Side got raided. Was it yesterday? With
the Giuliani thing?
The Giuliani thing.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite video of the week. One woman walked out of the apartment building and saw a microphone and just started doing a press conference.
The neighbor. She was the neighbor.
She's the neighbor. But she is the perfect, if you want to know what it's like to live in the Upper East Side, this is every woman in that. Yep. Is that not every woman in every apartment in that building?
Yeah, she is the Upper East. I feel like she's all my mother's friends rolled into one.
I had to look it up and make sure this wasn't your mom. I mean, so Upper East Side. This is so New York.
She's clearly had her face and her lips done. Let's start with that.
This week.
And they all, just so you know, they all dye their hair like this white blonde so that it's still blonde, that you don't see it going gray. This way you can go long in between hair dye. That's the whole idea.
How did 568,000 people see this video? I can't look at it's here we go again.
I know you hate this. You hate that.
I pay $900 trillion and I can't watch a freaking video. Hold, please.
I'll hold, please.
Oh.
But so the Upper East Side ladies, so here's what they do. They have a couple of tricks that they do. The first one is, and I know this because my mother's friends have said this to me, you wear your clothes a tiny bit bigger so you look smaller in them.
Okay.
Yeah, so they don't wear tight clothes, these women. They wear something that's just a size big, like one size big.
And they can eat more for Thanksgiving.
No, they don't eat anything. It's just they want to look like they've shrunk.
They don't eat anything. I'll have a little bite. Just, the little slice. That's all I'll have. No, I'm full. I went
to an Upper East Side dinner once, and I watched a woman just push food around her plate, and the food never made it to her mouth.
Okay. Here's the Lee again. Let's see if this works this time. If not, screw it. You get the gist because you've seen the woman. But now we're going to try this again. This is what she looks like. This is what she sounds like. This is everybody that lives on that block.
Right.
I know. I just saw people. I probably saw FBI jackets, but I just saw people, and I saw all of you, and I said, what is going on? I know. I just saw.
And I saw a microphone. And I went up and started talking.
It's my moment.
I live on the 34th floor. Right? I don't even know why you're here. Are you here because of Giuliani? I don't know why you're here. There's so many famous people that live in this place.
And I saw all of you.
There's not much left on my nose. I mean, and I'm always looking like I'm smelling something bad.
I said, what is going on? I know.
So that's every woman in the Upper East Side.
Yeah, I think I sat next to her at Hamilton.
I bet you did. But that is, that's so your city right there when I saw
Yeah,
it.
she's the treat. Well, I think try and find, there's another video where she talks about, my ex-husband called me and said, look out your window. she was home just, as they say, potchkering around, doing her own thing, and had no idea what was going on, because how could she know? If you're not looking at your
agents all over the place, and I came out here and I just started talking to you. It's my husband, he died.
No, he's alive. It's the ex-husband. I sent you a video. I sent you an email today with links to the videos.
Oh, I didn't even know you sent me this.
I did.
Oh, okay.
So you're getting us in trouble already. People are like, where are you guys on Twitch?
Tell them to go to YouTube. Tell them, screw you, go to YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah, Twitch is weird. Twitch we wanted to try something different tonight and tomorrow night because we have a special guest tomorrow night. So we wanted to try something different.
But we can tell people we're really excited. Andrew Leeds, famous actor. He's on Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. He plays the brother, David Clark. He's also on A Million Little Things. He's from Veep.
I really don't know. They were bringing out a lot of stuff, right?
See, look, wait, let's stop for a second. Look what she's wearing. See what I'm talking about? They always wear something a tiny bit bigger so they look smaller in it. And what I say, look at her. Her pants are just a little bit baggy. Her shirt is a little big. That's how they dress on the Upper East Side.
And she's like a size 2 with fake boobs. And my husband, Edgar, he told me to come out here and talk into these mics. Edgar didn't want to come out here, but I came out here.
There in his apartment, I really don't know. They were bringing out a lot of stuff.
Well, right. There's a bunch of stuff, and I don't even know what apartment they're in. We're 45.
Right? Probably.
That's how old I am. That's what I tell everybody my age is right there. 45. That's what Edgar says.
I really don't know. They were bringing
her
out.
Her ex-husband is somebody kind of famous.
Edgar.
Stuff, right?
No, not Edgar.
Probably, maybe.
His name has got to be Edgar. It has to be.
No, you know Pantone colors?
Department.
No.
I really don't.
It color like Pantone. It's very famous.
Okay.
Okay,
No, I
never
don't.
mind.
But that's her husband.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
husband's Edgar. It's like Joan Rivers, her ex-husband. Edgar, when Edgar died. So that's how I think that woman talks. No, I didn't see that today. It was
oh, okay.
but no, it made me laugh when I thought of you. So
Yeah, Larry Herbert is the inventor of the Pantone color matching system. And he called her and he said, "Look out your window."
I got to go downstairs. Do you think she had to get dressed, or was she already dressed in that outfit?
Oh no, are you kidding? No, they get, trust me, they get up in the morning, they do hair, makeup, get dressed. They're all ready for their days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in case there's a camera crew and a bunch of microphones standing there and you have to walk over and just start talking.
So do you think she went to breakfast like that? Like she went to go get a bagel and she dressed like that. Went to get Edgar a bagel.
You know, that's her outfit for the day. They're not us. They don't wear they don't go out in sweatpants and a t-shirt or jeans. Like they don't dress casually. That's how she dresses every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's her everyday clothing. Trust me.
Do you think that she rode down in the elevator sometimes with Rudy Giuliani?
Yeah, had to.
And she tells everybody, Rudy Giuliani lives in my apartment building.
I'm sure she does. But you know what? There's probably way more famous people in that building. They tend to cluster in the same neighborhoods in the same buildings, I've noticed. Like, my parents moved into a building years ago and they discovered that one of their neighbors was Gene Hackman.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, Gene Hackman is our neighbor. And then over the course of the time they lived there, they started discovering other celebrities that lived in the building, because when there's one celebrity, there's others. I think like Sigourney Weaver had an apartment there, and Bernadette Peters. Like next thing they knew, it was like all these famous people were in their building.
So you think Giuliani knows this woman's name and her husband Edgar?
Oh, no. Giuliani probably does not know her name.
He's seen her before, but he doesn't know her name.
Yeah, he's seen her. He's seen her in the lobby, you know, BSing with the doorman. Where's my package?
You think she has a dog?
She has a little white. I'm sure she's a little white Maltese
that she never walks. I get Edgar to walk the dog, or I get the door guy. He comes up, he walks the dog.
Yep, that's exactly how it goes. The doormen walk the dogs.
She's never walked the dog. All right, so want to get your thoughts on this.
Okay.
The Joe Rogan experience. So Joe Rogan has put his foot in it. He's got a podcast on Spotify. Mm-hmm. So he just signed a huge deal with Spotify to be on Spotify. So he said he's talking about people who are young and fit really don't need to get vaccinated.
Right. What he said was, you know, if a young person came up to me and said, should I get the vaccination? I'd be like, no reason to get vaccinated. So
if you're a healthy person and you're exercising all the time and you're young and you're eating like, I don't think you should worry about it. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Fauci came out today and said, whoa, stop, time out. You know, this isn't right. You still have to get vaccinated.
Right.
So people are saying that Spotify should go back and edit that part of the podcast or drop that episode totally because it's putting out false information.
Right. So a couple things. So Fauci said, if you only want to worry about yourself and not society, that's okay. But if you're saying to yourself, even if I get infected, I could do damage to somebody else. So he came out and explained it and explained why you should get vaccinated, regardless of how old you are, like unless you're a hermit and don't go out of the house. So I don't know if you saw, but Rogan just walked it all back.
Oh, did he?
Yes. Because I guess Spotify said, you know that $1 million we're paying you? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull that and your contract and everything else. So either you come out and give a huge apology, I'm a dumbass, or, you know, bye-bye. Because people were like dropping Spotify like crazy and writing to Spotify and saying, I'm done with you. I'm not listening. You know, if you're going to support him and support this misinformation, then I want to have nothing to do with you. So here's what Rogan said. Let me just find it. I was just reading it on TMZ, and I'm going to pull it up and read it to you. He said Fauci is right. Young people should get vaccinated. I'm an effing moron.
Really?
He said, I want to make it clear I'm not a doctor. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I am a moron.
Right. And I'm an MMA announcer and I have a podcast.
Right.
And I'm a comedian and I was on
news radio.
News radio, and I was on Fear Factor.
Right.
So you shouldn't really think of me as a doctor.
He went on to blame media clickbait for blowing the whole thing out of proportion. He said, I'm not a respected source of information, even for me.
Exactly.
He said, but at least I try to be honest about what I'm saying. Well, he left out a very important part. If he's trying to be honest, he left out the part where Spotify said to him, you have to stop getting on our air because now your content, we own your content. And if you're going to get on there and give misinformation and actually lie to our listeners, we're going to, I mean, that's in our contract that we can say bye-bye.
See, and I would like to read what the contract says, because I think of Spotify as being online, that you don't have rules and regulations like the FCC. You can say whatever you want. I mean, I say batshit things about birds.
Right.
Should I be edited because I don't think we landed on the moon and I think birds are fake?
No, I'll tell you why. Because people know that either you're an idiot or you're joking or one or the other.
You know, Joe Rogan's an idiot.
No, but hang on a minute. He has, we have a lot of listeners. Yes. We have like tens of thousands. He has millions. And there are people that think that he knows something they don't know. People think that when they hear something or they watch something, that person is giving them information that only they know, that they're like privy to this information. So if he's telling young people to not get vaccinated, young people listening might be like, oh, snap, I'm not getting vaccinated now. Awesome. So he what he says is damaging. You not believing we landed on the moon doesn't do anything other than make you look like an idiot. It doesn't hurt people in any way. But him giving misinformation about vaccinations when he's not a doctor and doesn't know the first thing about it, can damage people, can keep this pandemic going. The whole point is we're trying to stop this friggin' thing, not perpetuate it. So Spotify probably has some kind of morality clause or misinformation clause, or however they phrased it, fake news clause, whatever, in the contract that says if you're going to come out and lie to people and damage our reputation, we can say goodbye to you. So normally, you and I've seen this in radio. Radio has a no tolerance policy. You say something like that, you're fired. There's no issue an apology. We're done with you.
Radio. This is Spotify. This is online. This has.
That's why they're giving him a chance. That's my point. That's why they're giving him a chance. If it was radio, he would have been out the minute he said it. That would have been the end of him. He'd be out there holding a sign, please hire me.
Right. So that's why I think Spotify is a little bit different. I mean, if you can find the Alex Jones show and you listen to that, you know that Alex is a moron. Mm-hmm. So you listen to Joe Rogan, not for hard news. You listen to Joe Rogan because he is a MMA announcer and, he does 3-hour long interviews.
Right. So stay in your lane is the idea. Spotify is very into branding. Remember last night we had Rob Shooter on talking about the 4-word answer. You have to have 4 words that describe your brand, that describe who you are. Well, Joe Rogan's brand isn't medical information. So he can't start offering medical information because that's not part of what he does. We all know that Alex Jones, he traffics in disinformation. His whole show, if he's not lying for the entire time he's on the air, then he's not doing the right thing. His show is about making stuff up. Joe Rogan's show is not about that. It's celebrity interviews. It's his opinion about pop culture stuff. So he was out of his lane, and Spotify was right to give him the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and I think that he's not regulated by the FCC. He can say anything he wants.
It doesn't matter. They're a private company. They can make any rule they want to.
And that's true with them. I mean, it's the same with Twitch and YouTube with us and whatever syndication company we happen to be on that week. But, I think that's a safe lane to go into, that you can pretty much talk about anything you want to. But you're right. Spotify owns it. they can do whatever they want.
And they're paying him a ridiculous amount of money. So they want something for that money. If he's not going to deliver it and going to cause problems and they're going to lose money because of him, I'm sure that's in the contract as well.
Good point. But if he was on the radio, you're right. He'd be fired.
Yeah. Are you an OnlyFans guy?
I've never been on this.
How come? Because you're too cheap?
No, it's a porn site, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going on that. I'm going to pay somebody for porn? You out of your mind? Do you not know porn is free?
Well, okay, I'm really glad you said that. That's a great argument. So a lot of people and scientists and people on Reddit and people all over the world are like, why would you pay for something that you can normally get for free? So they actually asked a bunch of OnlyFans regulars, why would you pay? Like, what's the reason? Like, what's, just you can get porn for free. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, some of these people are paying anywhere between $5 and $50 a month to see their favorite adult performer, to see the updates and to participate. I mean, $5 a month, I could see that's not a lot of money. I mean, if you're really into somebody, that's cool. But $50 a month, I mean, that adds up over time, as you can imagine. And then I think you can pay a little more if you want them to do a little something, something for you.
You better come to my house and wash my clothes.
Well, not that.
I'm not watching somebody online and paying somebody. I think that's a small but large, but a small population. All you need is 0.5% of the world's population that will do something like this, and you're making money. So, but 99% of other people it's just like radio. You can pay for premium radio, but that's a small portion of the population that do.
Right.
The rest of us get it for free. And it's not as good, but it's free.
So some of the OnlyFans fans were saying, well, in real life, I've met this really attractive girl and we were talking and it was kind of cool. And I chatted her up and I started asking her questions and what turned her on. And she responded by blocking me everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So on OnlyFans, you could say, what turns you on? And they answer you. They don't block you. So that's one guy.
They also live on the computer. They can't come out of that computer. That's the problem.
Right.
If I'm just sitting there watching you, why wouldn't I watch free?
I'm going to tell you. Let me give you some of the other reasons. One guy said, "I like to support women who can't afford clothing."
Good point.
Because they're there pretty much almost naked. One guy had a very long explanation, but the bottom line is that he likes the personal attention. See, that's the difference with watching porn. You're watching somebody else do something, and whatever they do, that's what they do. You can't control it. You can't say, you know what? Don't touch her there, or don't do that there, or can you use that toy, or, you know what I mean? It's like, it's the personal attention that he really likes.
It's the same crowd that paid $3.99 a minute to talk to a girl on a phone.
That's right. Same crowd.
Same crowd. So
same
that
crowd 20 years later.
It's the same. Those people are always going to be that small percentage of people that want attention. And I'm glad it's there. I mean, they're not out doing things that are illegal then.
Right.
So
right. That's true.
I'm glad it's there for them. I'm not going to be one of those guys because you're not going to get a dime out of me.
Another guy said he really enjoys personalized pornography. He said that's what it seems like. If you found a person insanely hot, you could order a video from them, or you can just keep watching them, or they'll interact with you. And you're like, wow, here's a super hot girl. As opposed to porn. If you see a super hot girl on porn, you don't interact with her. And then, you've seen that video over and over and you're like, can you give me something new and something different? Another guy said, free range, farm to table, organic fair trade porn.
Mm-hmm.
He called
and
it.
I think these are the same people, same guys that may not have paid for it or may someday pay for it, but will go to a prostitute. I would never go to a prostitute. That's never going to happen. So I'm not even in that category at all. Even if I was in Vegas and the hottest chicks in the strip, no, I still wouldn't do it.
Oh, I was going to ask you, what if you're in Amsterdam
I still wouldn't do it.
Where it's legal and the girls are super hot?
No, because, okay, let's say the girl's a 10 and she's charging $50.
Okay.
I'll hook up with a 6 for free.
Right.
It's going to be the same outcome at the end. I'm still going to fall asleep happy.
But wait a second. But that's what one of these guys was saying, that when he goes out with women, he spends money on them and he doesn't always get laid in the end. You know, he'll go out with them. He'll dinner, drinks,
Lower your
whatever.
standards. Go out with a 2. They'll do anything you want. They will do things that the prostitutes won't do because they're a 2. So
But
go out with
for $20 a month, he gets a 10 to do whatever he
on the
wants.
computer.
I know, but they interact the way you and I are interacting, and he doesn't have to worry about like meeting her mother or that kind of stuff. You know, that's her problem.
No, now I'm being judged by a girl that I'm paying on the computer that's thinking crap about me. I
They don't
want
judge you. That's the whole
Oh,
point.
yes,
They
they
don't.
do. In the
No,
back of
they
their mind,
pretend
they
to
do.
like you. They pretend you're hot. They pretend they
So
couldn't
do
get
Hooter
enough
girls.
of your D. Like,
Hooter girls act the same way, but I don't go to Hooters. That's another thing. You know, I'm not.
hi, can you call on me, please? Me?
Yes,
Me?
Cooper, please.
Didn't you marry a Hooters girl?
But I didn't meet her at Hooters. And that exactly because I got it for free.
Oh, you think it's for free?
Oh,
You
yeah,
think, yeah, that's hardly free. You've been paying for a long time, my friend.
An expensive Hooters waitress.
Very expensive.
The food has not gotten any better all this time. But no, I don't understand that portion of the population. I don't get it because I'm so far from that.
Because a
would
lot of
you pay for a guy,
I don't have to.
right?
Women don't have to, because men will do anything, and even hot men will. You don't have to worry about that. No, they like the personal attention. Yes, they like the fact that it's not nameless, faceless. They don't, a lot of men feel like it's kind of creepy sitting there like jerking off to some random thing you're watching on like Pornhub or whatever. They feel like they have a real connection with these women. So, it's funny. I remember, this is such a weird story, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. So my mom and my dad were having some problems for a while, like really bad problems. And my dad said to me, which was so inappropriate, he's like, it's been so bad. Like, we haven't had sex in a really long time. My family's very open with stuff like that. So I said, well, why wouldn't you? Yeah. First, ew. And then did you consider having an affair? He said, I did for a second, but then I realized, he said, for me, sex is not about the actual act of sex. It's about like having a connection with somebody, falling in love with them, and then wanting to have sex with them. So it's not just about like, he's like, otherwise I would just go to a prostitute or I would just go have a random affair. I mean, remember, my dad was a doctor in a hospital. There were nurses and other doctors there. Like, I mean, he could have had, seriously, like he could have had anyone. But for him, he said, he wouldn't have an affair because he'd have to fall in love with the person. He's like, so if that's the case, I would just divorce your mom and find somebody new. Like, that's a more likely scenario for him. So there's men like that out there that are not like you. So a guy like that, OnlyFans is perfect for, because he gets to have a real connection with somebody that he already finds attractive. He knows her name. They have it's a relationship of some kind. So it's, for a lot of men, for $5 or $50 a month, worth it.
And it's the same guys that made me sick of strip clubs, because I would go to a strip club and there would be a guy 65 years old and one girl's dancing for him for 3 hours and he's just giving her money after money after money after money. She's not going to leave with you, but he just gave his whole check to that girl. And I think that's sad. And
why is it sad? That's his. Listen, if he's that age at a strip club, he probably has tons of money. That was pocket change for him.
In my world, it's sad. It's sad to give anybody money for anything that is not work. So I feel sorry for guys like that. I think OnlyFans is the same way.
No,
but
I'm not going to let you shame strippers. They work hard for the money that they get. They work hard on their bodies. They work hard to look a certain way, and they make connections with people. That's a real relationship. And for all you know, that guy is lonely. That guy doesn't have anybody in his life. Maybe his wife died. Maybe he's like a workaholic, and this is his only opportunity to connect with somebody. So you should actually feel happy for them that they found each other. She needs the money and he needs the attention. It's perfect.
Well, and that's how bad I am at a strip club is I'm looking at them instead of
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. You
being
don't
at a strip club.
you missed the concept.
Yeah. I mean, a place where you give other people money just to dance. It's not for me. I like money too much.
What else you got?
All right. John Mayer now. So what has John Mayer been doing?
He's been the lead singer for the Grateful Dead. He's been
Really?
on tour with them. Yeah. For like,
Is there
like
concerts?
yeah, well, there was. I mean, yeah, before COVID, and he's been making music with them and posting videos. Yeah, he took over for Jerry Garcia, basically. It's him and Bob Weir.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. So he's
But-
busy.
If you've ever seen John Mayer, he's stupid talented.
Yes.
I mean, just crazy talented.
Mhm.
His guitar playing is Stevie Ray Vaughan level. His singing is decent. His songwriting
Yeah.
is great.
It's great.
He should never leave a studio. He should just sit there and do songs all day. But no,
Yeah.
now he's in talks with Paramount to host a talk show.
Oh no.
Yeah. So now he wants to compete with the late night guys. He's going to have his own talk show on the Paramount Plus network.
Right. I mean, it's Paramount Plus, I mean, they don't have that many viewers to begin with. So who's watching that really, It's mostly if you have Paramount Plus, it's because you want to watch, whatever Michael Bay movie that they're showing today. Like it's not really, yeah, that's good. They're going to be doing their own programming. But remember, like Queen Latifah couldn't do it. Queen
Right.
Latifah had her own talk show. She couldn't do it.
I'm saying get out of our lane. We can do this.
Right. That's a good
You know,
point.
we
would
can't
be-
play guitar.
It'd be great.
How many people can play guitar like that, sing and write songs? Stay in your own lane.
Right.
You do one thing well, you're not going to do two things well. I don't know. It just pissed me off when I saw it today. It's like, dude, you're not a talk show host. Nobody cares about that.
Right. Right. Listen, I mean, Chevy Chase couldn't do it. There's a lot of people who went down that road who were just,
And on paper, Chevy Chase would kill it. Well,
let's see, it was the Magic Johnson Hour. Carney
Yeah.
Wilson had a show. Let's see, I'm looking at a list right
nobody
now.
thought Magic Johnson was going to be good. But when you heard about Chevy Chase, you're like, oh, this is going to be huge. It was unwatchable.
John McEnroe.
Nobody wanted that.
Kris Jenner. Remember Kris Jenner had a talk show?
Nobody wanted
I
that.
forgot about that. Remember 2013? Kris Jenner had a talk show. Bethany Frankel. Nobody watched that either.
Mm-mm.
Katie Couric, her own talk show. She couldn't do the Katie show.
Yeah, for like 4 minutes.
Right. But that's my point. Katie Couric is the person who really should have. Listen, I understand Kris Jenner not doing it because she's a great guest, but like, no, she can't host anything. She had nothing to say. And she was a terrible host. But Katie Couric has been interviewing people and has won many Emmys and all kinds of awards for years. That should have been great.
Yeah, you can't name too many people. I don't know if I can name anybody that is good at two different things. That
Right.
is good at singing and also a movie star. I mean, how many of those have we had? Not many.
Not many.
Lady Gaga, maybe.
But
You
she's,
know-
she, you know what it is? She's an amazing performer, an amazing singer, and a decent actress. She was very good in that one movie in Star is Born that she won an
She
Oscar
played a
for.
singer.
Right, which played a singer. So would I look at her and think, oh my God, she's an amazing actress? I don't know about that.
Mhm.
Maybe, I mean, Will Smith is the only person I would give it to. Like Will Smith is an amazing rapper. And even
Right.
though we don't like the movies he's done over the past couple of years, he's still a really talented actor.
You can still open a movie. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much the only guy we can come up with.
Will Smith, that's it.
That's it. I mean, so you're good at one thing in life.
Yeah.
Stick with it. Don't do two.
Yeah.
If you play guitar that well, never stop playing guitar.
Right.
If you can sing that well, never stop singing. Don't come into our lane. Anybody.
I mean, the truth is, if they put you and I on for a talk show on Paramount Plus,
we kill it.
we would kill it. I mean, we've won so many awards for our interviews. Like we would definitely kill it. And I think we would do way better than John Mayer. It's like, do you remember that show? It was that comedian show where comedians would compete to see who's the funniest comedian. and they
Mhm.
would they lived in a house and they would kick out people and whatever. I don't remember the name of the show, but it was a few years back. And the way that they would vote is they would go into a room and they would say, I'm funnier than, and they would
Mhm.
say who they're funnier than, and then that person would be voted off if enough people thought they were funnier than them. I was just thinking about that because I was thinking we can host a show better than John Mayer.
Oh God, yeah. But if you put us on stage and put guitars in our hands and tell us to sing, we
No.
can't do it.
Wouldn't know what
We
to do
know
with it.
what lane to stay in.
We would hit each other over the heads with our guitars, and then we would pick up the mics and we would do our talk show.
Yeah, we have been on stage in front of thousands of people, but we have mics in our hands and we're talking. We're not
Right.
singing. We're not playing guitar. So you do one thing well, stick
We're
with
saying,
that.
ladies and gentlemen, Dua Lipa.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Mayer.
Right, we have done that. That's true.
Right. So John Mayer doesn't come out and say us, and we're not going to come out and sing because we can't, and we know
Right.
we can't. So I've
Right.
never
Okay,
seen John Mayer do it.
we're putting the gauntlet down. We challenge the people of Paramount Plus to give us a shot at that talk show. And
Right.
then here's what you do. You do a talk show with us and a talk show with John Mayer, and then put it out there. Put it out there for they have, I'm sure all kinds of focus groups, whatever.
Mhm.
Put it out there for your focus groups, and then you tell us who the focus groups like better. Who did a better job? Who did a better interview? Who was more interesting? Who was topical?
Yeah, the only way he's beating us is the whole time he's playing a guitar singing questions to people. That's
Oh, that's actually really good.
That's
That would be
the only
really
way.
good. You know what? You just made the show way better.
Wow. And if we would have John Mayer on our show, we would make him sing the answers to every question.
Anthony.
Answer us in the form of song.
Right.
We'll be-
I don't know the answer to that question.
HBO Max, they got nothing going on. Put us on HBO Max. Put him on Paramount. Same time. Let's go at it.
They have Bill Maher and John Oliver. Just FYI.
But not live every night.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Not live every night. Right. We would do a live show every single night.
Right. For a good 40 minutes. And then we get really tired.
Then we can't do any more than 40 minutes. We'd be like, oh, that was too much.
Right. So, but still, we'll take him on. He's only going to do probably a half an hour, and he's going to sing all the answers. So
Every
I
night?
guess
He's doing every night? Or once a week?
that's what he's planning on doing every night.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't see them doing it very long. I did send you a video of a dog that only speaks Spanish. Did you see that video that I sent you? Because I wanted to discuss this dog with you.
Well, you
This-
got to think that dogs only speak the language they're taught.
Of course. No,
They would have
absolutely.
to. They don't understand. All dogs aren't born with the knowledge of speaking Spanish.
Oh,
or
listen, I
English.
got to tell you, one of our closest friends, we have a couple that we're friends with, and they live in Florence. They're Italian. They have dogs who all speak Italian. It's amazing. Like I'll be on a Zoom with her and she will say something in Italian to her dog and the dog will do whatever it is she just told the dog to do. And I was like, wow, I don't speak Italian, but your dog speaks Italian. That's impressive.
Right, because that's all they know. That's all they've been taught.
Right.
So my
So-
dogs don't know what Italian is.
Right. So what happened with this guy is this guy not adopted. Somebody actually just gave him this bulldog for free. And he would talk to the bulldog and the bulldog was not responding.
Mhm.
So he couldn't figure out what was going on. And I guess he went through several languages and figured out that the bulldog speaks Spanish. So here he is speaking Spanish to his new bulldog.
Goddamn dog for free. Come to find out how to speak Spanish. Come here, Snack. Vente. Sentate. Dame la mano, move. Dame la la otra. That's what I'm
Wow.
talking about being boy.
He's a BN boy.
Wow. I can imagine that dog going, finally, I can understand somebody.
I love that instead of good boy, BN boy. BN boy.
The dog the whole time, you're telling me to sit. I don't know what that is. I don't speak that language.
I had a friend whose mother was Israeli
Hmm.
and taught the dog certain things in Hebrew, certain things in English. So you didn't know what the dog knew in English. So my girlfriend, who did, because of her mom, did speak some Hebrew. So we would have to figure out what the mom taught the dog this week, and was it English or Hebrew? So, and then we were like, oh my God, this dog's bilingual. Like, we speak one language poorly, and this dog speaks 2 languages fluently.
Okay, but I think if you break it down, dogs really only know 5 words.
Smart
Maybe.
dogs, they say, know up to 120 words.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. I think your dog knows maybe 3 words.
No, he knows. I got a really smart
He knows
guy.
turkey.
I've had dumb dogs in my past. My dog is really smart. Like, he knows probably 50 words.
My dog probably knows 5. And I think the only reason why she knows 5 words is the way I say it. If I said squirrel a different way, if I went squirrel, she'd be like, I don't know what that is. But if I go squirrel, and she's like, oh my God, what? So I think it's how you say it.
My dog has words he doesn't like. Like, he's right here. Marconi, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come. He doesn't want to. He's he's laying in front of the fan because it's hot in here.
Right.
So he's
like, no, I'm
he's
not.
literally laying in front of the fan, but he has words he doesn't. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come. Marconi,
Turkey.
Come.
See,
Now,
she won't say
come.
turkey. She won't
Come
say
on.
it.
Come on. Come on.
She
Come on.
won't say turkey.
No, he's not gonna. No, well, he has a word he doesn't like, and I was gonna say it to him and put the microphone up to his mouth, and you'll see he has no reaction to any word. There's one word that he hates. When I say it, he growls.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna say the word
is
Tushy.
tushy.
Yeah,
Can't say that.
that word makes him growl, and nobody believes me. I'm like, I'll show you, and I'll say a bunch of words. I'll say, like, turkey, grandpa.
But
sit.
you've had that dog since he was born. How does he know that's a bad word?
Because when he was a little puppy, he had a lot of fur, and he would go poop and it would get all over his fur, because I was too stupid to know that you can cut the fur around the tush,
No.
around the butt. So I used to say, give me your Tushy, and he didn't like it. He didn't like having his butt cleaned. So every time I say the word now, he associates it with that. And the minute I say Tushy,
But he doesn't know how to spell it.
no, he can't spell.
He's not that smart. He's a dog, but he's not that smart. He
Yeah,
can't
but it's just
spell.
funny that the one word and he doesn't growl. He's not a growler. He growls at nothing except for that one word. I want to show you, but come here, Marconi, come here. I have something to eat. Want some? Come here. What do I have?
You know that
Come here,
the
come here.
dog wants food. Dog
Come here.
always
What do I
wants
have? What is
food.
this? Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, because he thinks you
Okay,
have
Marconi,
food.
come here. Marconi, come here.
He's
Tushy.
old. The dog is
Tushy, can I touch your tushy? Can I touch your tushy? Come here. Can I have your? Come here, Marconi. Come here,
he's pissed that you didn't give him food.
tushy. I can't get it
Yeah,
next to
he's
him.
pissed
Oh,
that
well.
you didn't give him food. You
I'll do it on
commented-
video. Where's your tushy? Where's your tushy? Where's your tushy? Can I touch your tushy?
Okay.
I can't reach the microphone close enough. He's growling a little bit, but I can't get the microphone close enough because he walked away.
I take it back. John Mayer might be able to kick our ass. John, I take all that
Yeah,
back.
take it all
I'm
back. Yeah,
sorry.
that's obviously why they're hiring him, because he doesn't.
He doesn't bring his dog and say, Tushy. Yeah. 30 minutes of that.